stay up here if you want, but I don't see the dog Nazis. We're good. I won't see the dog Nazi. It's melting a little bit, but hopefully it'll be okay. That. Maybe fill up one water bottle. Got her leash. I don't think I'll need one of these, but we'll grab one just in case. Because she already pooped where we were originally at. I'll put one there just in case. Hold on, I gotta grab one more thing. Making sure that works. Okay, chat is working, so let's get going. So we had to shift focus. We were up in the Elkhorn. We stayed there last night hoping to hit that trailhead first thing this morning. And because I checked the weather and it looked like it was going to be a good morning for it. And then yesterday, I checked the weather yesterday, so we decided to go out there yesterday afternoon and had a good night amongst all the cows, which was a little disappointing, I guess, because the cows just like when we first got there, you never even knew the cows were there, and then they came down off wherever they were at, and I didn't know that people were allowed to my satellite dish, but they didn't. But anyways, it was supposed to be a warm one today, about 90, so we're going to try and get out there early. This afternoon, thunderstorms are supposed to roll in, but I figured to go all the way up to Casey's Peak and back down, if we gotta start off at like 7 in the morning, which would have been an hour ago. I thought you started already, you stupid watch. We would have probably been done around probably noon. I figured it probably would have taken us about 5 hours to do it, because we would have been easily around. Gosh dang, you are pooping again. It is a good thing I brought a bag. Okay, hold on. We are so close to the trailhead, so I'm just gonna go drop this off. Because we only made it a little ways up. But we're gonna go drop this off. So she probably thinks, oh, we're going back to the van. Whenever we come up here, usually we come up here at night because it's the least busy compared to between here and Mount Helena. And like even this morning, I can guarantee it's less busy. There's only like 4 cars in the parking lot, and it's a lot smaller parking lot than Mount Helena Trailhead, which has, you know, like 30 spots there, and you can park off the road, I guess, even though you're not supposed to. People do if it gets really busy. Here, there's only like 10 spots, and there's not really a spot where you could. I guess you could park down the street in front of the people's houses, but there's no like road. Oh, now you're finally peeing? You weirdo. So before we left the trailhead up at 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only 4 cars here, not counting ours. So there's not very many people here. But before we left the trailhead up at Pole Creek up in the Elkhorns, she dropped a big old deuce, and but didn't pee. We come up here, first thing she does is drop another big old deuce. And then now she finally peed. Took her morning pee. It's like, you weirdo. Okay, come on, we're going. So I gotta get some miles in. Yeah, we're going. So we're on Mount Ascension. So the video will not be the best. We're actually gonna run up Entertainment. It's already starting to get warm here. Like I said, it's supposed to be 90 just a few minutes ago. I guess I should explain why we came out here. So this morning I double checked the weather again when I first woke up, which was about 5:30 this morning, so that I could watch the beautiful sunrise overlooking the valley. Plus the cows were getting close to the van, so she was growling because she didn't know what was out there. She just heard something moving around. I knew what it was, but she didn't know that. But oof, I should not be this out of breath. Oh, my sinuses are going a little crazy, which gets to my other point, because I know there's a reason why my sinuses go crazy like this. It's because of changing the weather. Most people will be like, oh, I know the weather is going to change because the pressure is all crazy, which is true. But anyways, woke up this morning and clear skies, like other than like tiny little clouds over on the other side of the valley where the sun was coming up. Tiny little cloud like right there, but other than that, clear blue skies. And by the time we got ready to go, keep in mind we're on the east side of the mountains over there. That's where we were staying at. All of a sudden, some clouds started coming over the top of the we're gonna go this way. Over the top of the I'm glad she was actually up for it. This is not our normal way, so I'm glad she was good to go. Some very dark clouds were starting to move over the top of the mountains. What the hell are the thunderstorms hitting a lot earlier than they should be? Because I did not want to be at the very tippy top of the mountains with thunderstorms coming overhead. So we relegated. I just made the decision that we weren't going to chance it, and we'd come back into Helena and just run these lower mountains. And once we got off of the forest road and back on the highway to where you could actually see a lot, yeah, there was a thunderstorm coming right over the top of the Elkhorns. There's actually one coming over the top right here too, but this mountain's a lot lower, and it's not the highest peaks around, so I'm not too worried about being up here in the highest, some of the highest peaks. So yeah, so that is why we're over here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to run that trail or not. We might, because based upon my schedule, I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it. I only have a few more days here before we have to leave and go to Colorado, so who knows if I'll be able to knock it out yet, because I really need to ensure I get my miles and my vert in. I can't be driving out there hoping. So I don't know, I might just have to stick around. We are going to go down to Bozeman at some point because we need to that just looks so weird because we never go it this way. So I'm like, did we make a wrong turn? Oh, look. I don't have my mod account up for YouTube, but I have made it what I figure. Yeah, it won't let me do anything. Should have brought my other phone, because then I could get on there and take care of it. But I have graduated to the big leagues, because I am now getting the sex bots, I guess you can call it, on my YouTube channel. And because it would usually just delete those, which I actually have never had to worry about those, because I don't ever get any viewers on my YouTube lives. Those, the Air Viper running ones, they always set up the filters right. So I think somebody that had some knowledge with the filter stuff for the bots, or for your Autobot stuff, somebody showed them how to set up some good filters to stop it, because I haven't actually noticed it for a while now on their lives. But for me, I don't have that, so I'm gonna have to get that. There's a couple of keywords that you can use for the auto mod stuff, and if I had my PC on right now, it would have actually gone there. Would have got it, but that's okay. You guys on Twitch can't see the sex bots attacking my YouTube right now. Oh, so it is. This is way harder than it should be. I've only got half a mile. Oh, but it is hot out here. Oofda. Now that sun has popped up, it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning, and it is hot. Like I said, it's not hot compared to people down in like Arizona and Texas, but it is hot. Okay, I need to look at the trailheads here, figure out which way we're going. I think she's headed the right direction. We'll see. Archery range. Yep, I think so. Archery range. So I think we want to go this way. I just got to make sure that we find the other way. Find the other trail that goes up, I guess. On to entertainment. Tell you what, I don't know. I didn't eat anything horrible yesterday, but I feel extra fat and bloated today. Extra fat and bloated. Because I've been losing weight. And it feels twice as big as it did yesterday. Oh, here, I should change views for you guys. We are climbing. So you can see the thunderstorms are rolling in already, which is 5 hours earlier than they were supposed to. So it's a good thing. I did not want to be caught up on top of Casey Peak. And they're not like, this is just like the precursors, but like if you look right there, you could definitely see, you can see the big thunderstorms coming in over the Continental Divide right now, and that's what was coming in over Elkhorn. So, I am sweaty, and so when I get sweaty like this, I actually can chafe a little bit when I'm wearing a vest like this. Because that's the problem, is I wearing my vest is it makes things a little more. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna try and weave around enough on this. Gosh dang, I feel a little bit of pain in my right knee for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Like, I don't know what that's about. But we're gonna try and weave around, get at least 6 miles on this run, because it's hard to weave around here to get more than that. I don't know where she's going. That trail doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. You keep going that trail. I'm sure we're going to find each other. She's like, no, I'll come back down where you're at. I was supposed to be, around that 88 degrees. And then thunderstorms were supposed to, 88 degrees, 87 degrees, something like that. It wasn't until about 10 o'clock after the sun went down finally that the temperature started to drop a little bit. It still only got down to 65, 68, somewhere around there. But today, as soon as the thunderstorms roll in, it's supposed to be down in the 60s by 7 o'clock tonight. That's how fast it's gonna start dropping. Even by 3, I think it was supposed to be 74 degrees or something like that. So in just a span of 2 hours, it's supposed to drop 15 degrees. So we should be able to do a run this evening, I guess is what my point was. Hey. Okay, so that's Easy Rider. So that's where we normally go. Well, when we're coming back, we come back this way. We don't usually go this way, but we come back this way. Oh, I am just not feeling it today. I just got to nug these freaking miles out as much as I can today. Just got to do it. Even though we're a little over about 1.25 miles into it already. And we've only been, well, the first part was because of her pooping and walking back and forth for about 5 minutes, but still that was probably a 17-minute mile. It's okay. I think I can weave around on this to get 6 miles. But that's the problem with here versus like over on Mount Helena. We could always drop down off of this and go over to Rodney Ridge and get some more extra miles over there and then hop back over on this side. But like Mount Helena, I mean, you can wander around. Like even if you just do the straight out and back on Helena Ridge, I mean, you're looking at 14.5 miles, I think, total. And that's the most direct route, like going right over the top of Power Line down to the opposite end to the Park City Trailhead and then straight back. So if you weave around all the trails you can, I mean, you can eat that. Again, so actually, I wonder if we probably should have taken that other trail that I was talking about coming back on up. I would have been able to convince her better going that way versus coming back down. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Definitely would have been the better way to go for her. Oh, see, now I got video again. I was gonna say, I don't get this goofy thing. It'll be like, as soon as it loses video, then it doesn't even try anymore, even though I have good signal. Oh my, why does my tummy just feel fat and bloated today? It's like uncomfortable. I did have some Brussels sprouts and asparagus for dinner, but I have that most nights. For lunch, all we had was a sandwich yesterday. I didn't have anything for breakfast yesterday because we got done with our run. Oh, I never did fill you guys in on the fact that, because when we got done with the run, I went immediately over to the DMV, and by immediately over, I mean drove over to where it used to be, and Google even said it still was, like Google Maps, and it wasn't there. So then I was finally able to get on the official website, figure out what the address was, and because they had moved, and then we went immediately over there, and we walked up to the door, grabbed all my documents, walked up to the door, and wouldn't you know, there's a big old sign that says, "We are not accepting walk-ins at this time." So I'm like, gosh dang it. So got on their website, get the phone number to call, make a reservation. Start calling the number. And on their auto thing, they were like, well, you can, stay on the hold to make an appointment, or you can just do it online on our website. So I was like, oh, and they gave the website, so I got on there, like, I'll just do it online. So let's put it this way. Right on the website, they say, for convenience, you can renew your license up to 6 months ahead of time, or within 90 days after expiration. And not have to retake the driver's test, all that kind of stuff, the exam. But if you do it, even though you have 90 days to where you don't have to take the exam, as soon as you're expired, then, technically you can't drive. Don't have to worry about it. It's only good until within 30 days after honorable discharge. 30 days of honorable discharge is here in a couple days. And, then I look online, and the office here, the earliest appointment is middle September. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no wonder you guys say 6 months out. Well, but for somebody like me, that doesn't work. Like, I can't book 6 months out because I don't even know when my last day is going to be yet. 6 months out. And I'm only good for 30 days after my date. So I can't even fit inside the window. This is like freaking stupid, ridiculous. Well, you could look around the whole state. So I went around the whole state looking. And the earliest I could find was in Bozeman. Either Bozeman or might have been Missoula. I don't remember. Like, I searched every office in the state. And the earliest I could get was the middle of August. Yeah, it was actually the middle of August, or like August 9th or something like that. Well, I was like, well, I don't know if I can be back by August 9th. From my last race and everything. So I don't remember where that was. It was Kalispell or Missoula or Billings or somewhere hundreds of miles away. But the earliest one in Bozeman was like, well, while I was on their official website, they specifically said has worked. I am a permanent Montana resident, pay state taxes, all that kind of stuff for Montana. That would not change. Well, by their required documents, I would never be able to renew my license anywhere, any state. Like, what sense does that make? So, like, my only option here as a 40-year-old guy would be to use my mom's address, because I could at least get mail and stuff there. But I don't live there, anything like that. Now, I can't use my Bozeman mailing address. It's not allowed.
There's gonna be a bunch of kids riding, man.
Okay, Nessa, come here.
Hey, buddy.
Come on, get off the trail.
Doing,
Good.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Nessa. Yep. Hold up.
Thank you.
There's 5 more behind you.
Okay. Stay here. Yep, you guys stay.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, stay here. We got a couple more. Got a couple more coming down, so you just stay. Be a good girl, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm the last one.
All right, thank you. You're welcome. You're a Montana resident, like a bill with your address, name and address on it, and you know, all this kind of stuff. Well, I don't have that. Like, I mean, I guess I could probably print out my power statement because for my apartment here, but it's all electronic. I don't get any paper bills. It's like they live in the archaic. It's like not everybody gets bills through the freaking mail anymore. I don't get any bills in the mail. I'm all on e-bill for everything. So I guess hopefully they'll take that, because they, like, some of the other required documents are like a first class mail, whatever, with your name and address on it, you know, something mailed to you, that kind of stuff. And it's like doesn't even make sense. But again, that's where they would mail it to. And it's like, well, what if my physical address where I actually live isn't? So say my apartment that I live, I can't receive mail at, because like I said, in Montana you have a lot of those cases. So I have a post office box. They specifically say you can't use a post office box. Well, then how am I supposed to prove that I'm a Montana resident by using bills? Bills are going to be mailed to whatever your mailing address is, not your physical address. So it's just super frustrating. I'm going to try and contact them and just be like, hey, like, here's my situation. So what do you need from me for required documents? And I noticed the other day they screwed up my address. I didn't even notice it. So even my 214 doesn't have the correct address on it. Even though I gave the guy my correct address and verified it with him as 3701 blah blah blah, and somehow he put 3077 blah blah blah. I'm like, and it's a small town, so maybe the mail might actually make it to me. I doubt it, because technically that would be 6 blocks off. So if there is such a thing on that street, which I don't think there is, I think that street is only a block long, 2 blocks long maybe at the most. So you'd probably assume if it was 3077 that they meant 37, but even then it's not 3701, and there's multiple. There probably is a 3707, but still, it's a mailbox. It's not physical address, so I don't know. Like, I might try and use that. I don't know what I would use for a second document other than maybe, ooh, as I fart. Oh, my belly feels way smaller now. I don't feel as fat as I did 30 seconds ago after that fart. But I don't know, I'm gonna start now seeing, but like my insurance would have both addresses on it. It'd have my mailing address and my physical address. And then, like I said, the power bill would have my physical address on it, but any other bill is going to have my mailing address. So I don't know. Don't know. And really, the power bill even has both addresses on it, both my physical and mailing address. Might have my old mailing address down in DC though. And I still need to get a hold of the college because my fall is way too busy. I'm not going to be able to go back this year. I haven't even started doing the permanent resident exemption either, that we were on going to try and go up on. So you never know. Definitely some thunderstorms over there coming over the Continental Divide. I still think we'd have made the right decision. Would have been fun to make this top of Casey's Peak, which found out is not the highest peak in that the northern part of the Elkhorns. There is actually a peak about a mile north of there, which is what I thought was Casey's Peak looking from over here. What I thought was Casey's Peak. But no, that is actually called High Peak. So the highest peak in the northern section of the Elkhorns is actually High Peak. You go figure. But there's no trail going to it. You could probably climb it still, but definitely nothing going to it. I really have to pee again, but I saw there's some people up here on top of the summit that could see me. September time frame as well. In fact, I might do, as long as the fire season isn't erupting, I might actually, if I do this 26K at the beginning of September, I think it's Labor Day weekend, the rut on Big Sky, then doing a couple FKTs, one of them being over in the Swan Range, which is maybe 10 miles west of where we were at in the Bob Marshalls. Actually, it's not the Swan Range. Maybe it's the Swan Range. It's a portion of like the Scapegoat Bob Marshall Wilderness area. I just don't remember which side of the Swan River that the Swan Range is on. Are you coming? I'll give you some water when we get up here. Yep. You get some water when we get up here. Peeing when we came up over the top. It's like there's people right here. Sorry. I guess she was insisting on coming over here to say hi. Cause I'm like, you want your water? I know you want some water. And she's like, nope, I'm going to say hi. She's a Vizsla.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, have a good run.
Thanks. Haha. Yeah, I got y'all wet. Are you good? Okay. Hold on. Okay, got my water put back away. The views are pretty good today. Pretty good. A little bit cloudy. Like I said, you can see that is definitely a full-on thunderstorm. I mean, even the top of it is starting to rise. Probably won't be like a supercell until another probably 40 miles that way as it gets closer to Great Falls, but because then it drops out of the mountains and you're more on the plains. And that's where things really erupt. But you can see even further back, like that one's starting to peak. Even this one right here, which is not much of anything, is starting to peak. So they're starting to grow. And then you can see coming over right there, that's what's going to go right over the top of Elkhorn. So I feel good about our decision coming up here. I do really want to do the Meriwether Trail this week as well, which is over there. Possibly, maybe Thursday we'll try and knock that out. Maybe Friday. I gotta figure it out. I still haven't got the notification that they mailed my part I need for my van, which is starting to really worry me. I mean, I fixed it a little bit better yesterday, but it's still not going to last very long. And I think we're going to try and let those people, those hikers, go ahead. I'm hoping they're not going to go over to this other summit. This is what's funny though. This is definitely the higher summit right here. But that over there is technically the summit of Mount Ascension. This is all the same mountain. So why is that the summit and not up here? That, if anything, that would be the fall summit. Even though it's kind of a saddle in between the two, which would be the same you could say about this, because over there is definitely the higher point in the mountain, but that's all private now. That used to be public, but nope, some rich ass bought a whole bunch of, I mean, it probably owns 160 acres, probably one section. Now they're building a house up there. And I noticed a little bit further that way the other day, I was just like, I'm going to open this up and see what's for sale. Usually I have it limited by like dollar amount when I'm just looking at things. And I was like, let's just see what all vacant land is for sale. And there's like 120 acres or something like that over there for $2.3 million. And then, which also is right up against the National Forest land. And it's funny, like the way the realtors market it, they're like, build your dream home and all that in Montana. Well, any rich fuck, you know, like a celebrity or something, is not going to come to Helena, Montana. If they're going to look to build anything in Montana, it's going to be down by the Bozeman, Livingston area, or Big Sky, you know, that area, not Helena. This place sucks. And yeah, there's some rich people here in the city, but not $2.3 million for vacant land rich. And there was another plot that was like 60 acres for like 1 point something. I don't remember what it was, 1.6 or something like that $1 million. But yeah, oh, there they are right there. Nessa. He wants to go say hi to him. Nessa. Gosh dang, she's a butthead. She is not going to listen. That kind of goes off on my rant about we're stopping right there. So we will Grant. Nessa. Come on, little butthead, let's go. Gotta go up to this peak too. We're gonna do it. Because this way I might be able to convince her to take the Mount Ascension loop around and basically come out over on this other side, kind of down where those people were going, and then try and find that trail to go back around. Ooh, all of a sudden, I am feeling this in my legs. I think we stood around too long up on top of that other summit just because I wanted to let those people get ahead of us. Anyways, it kind of goes off on my rant how this down here, our favorite trail to come up, it is now closed off with no trespassing signs all over it, which used to be city property, is now owned by some rich fuck. Super frustrating. And if you have money, I don't belittle you or begrudge you, let's put it that way, about having money. You worked hard for it, most likely, unless you're a trust fund baby. Oh, now you're tired and you want to stay in the shade. Maybe if you stopped running around like a crazy person. It is starting to get warmer out. Let's see if she wants some more water. Yeah, we still got another water bottle left, so you can have this. Yeah, you can have that. Here you go. Water bottle's almost empty, so it's drizzling out instead of a nice little stream. Oh, you need more? Okay. You can have the rest of it. I'll let you lick the bottle, I don't care. Okay, that's it. That one's empty. You done emptied that one out. Yep, done gone emptied that one out. Okay, well, let's go down. Ooh, yeah, my legs do feel tired all of a sudden. That's okay. I do feel 10 pounds lighter though. It must have just been a bunch of gas built up, because I have just let out 4 or 5 just freaking ridiculous farts in the last 20 minutes. I still have to pee, but I think we're gonna try and do it up here when we get amongst the trees a little bit. I've never gone down this before. It is. I knew it was steep coming up. It is even steeper going down. This is like going down Powerline, which I need to do some as well. I need to just do some Powerline repeats. Maybe I'll do that tonight. She won't want to do repeats, but I might be able to get her to at least do one, and then I can drop her off and then do a couple more. Because the downhill on Powerline, if I can run down that, will definitely prepare me for Kendall Mountain. So I might do that tonight. And then tomorrow, we might do Helena Ridge again. Because, again, I am like at that point where I can't be out driving to go to a trail, you know, out exploring and stuff. And mainly because I can't be spending a couple $100 in gas in a week just to drive to other trails that I know are good trails. Like Merriweather would be a good trail for me to go to, but it's an hour and a half to get out there, even though it's only 20 miles away, or 20 miles on the road. Like straight line distance, we're talking probably 10 miles away, but it is. I never noticed that the trail, there's actually a trailhead right here. We've always just turned right there. That's crazy. We've always turned right here, where she's at right there. Going up that, I've never noticed that the trail was just 20 feet to the left. Because I've always just put my head down and barreled up that right there. That's just kind of crazy. At least we're going to be out of this exposed sun for a little bit. Now that the clouds have moved on for a short time period. Yeah, so all this right here is now private land that some rich fuck bought. Fucking bug just flew into my mouth. That was gross. But it's funny because this is the trail right here we've been using. Now this sign right here has been here for at least 4 years, but yet people have still used the trail. I mean, they actually moved this portion of the trail right there. There's no erosion on this trail. So it's been closed for 4 years. Helena Open Lands of Prickly Pear. It's still, I mean, that's the, you know, yet now this year, this isn't owned by that anymore. Now it's all private owned. That is just stupid, but whatever. Whatever. Pisses me off. I gotta pee. Okay, we're at 4 miles, so we will easily get 6 if I can convince her to do this trail. We will definitely be at 6. But she knows these trails just as well as I do. So she knows which direction the car is. So to convince her to go a different direction other than the direction that she knows is going to be interesting. We'll see how it works. Oh Jesus. Okay, I got done peeing when I did, because here comes somebody. Yeah, so we'll see. Morning, thank you. Coming? Why don't you lead? Go ahead. Hey, my vest is I can tell it's completely soaked already. Which, even though on my head, I'm sweating. Oh my God, I definitely have sweat running down my head. My hat is keeping it from going too much down on my eyes and my face and everything, but I'm sweating. But my back and my torso, I guess, is completely soaked because I keep pulling away my vest, let some airflow get in there, and it's like, actually feels good, like air conditioning. So hopefully my race will go good. I'm still it's funny because I'm so spontaneous, very spontaneous person, which is one thing my ex didn't like. Very much a planner, but there are certain things, even though I'm spontaneous, there's other certain things I like to have a very specific plan. And one of those is when I go to a race, knowing that I'm going to have a place I can park my van to stay overnight. I don't have that for this next race. Up in the morning to hop on the shuttle bus. There were so many other vehicles that had been parked there overnight, so I just parked there in my van, and then we slept there the next night too. You taking a little rest? Okay, you take a little rest. You take a little rest. Do you need some more water? Or give you more water. Yep, here, I'll give you more water. More? Less more? Or you got enough water? Are you good? More water? Are you good? Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you ready? Okay, let's go. She's not panting as much. She got some water. She's good to go. You're good to go. Okay. So let's see if we can find this other trail going off. Yep. You ready? Okay. Let's keep going. We're gonna see if we can find our trail. We're gonna go back over to entertainment. Take that back. And that will definitely get us our 6 miles. And then we will have hit pretty much every trail on here. So I do think we should have gone opposite, like I said. But she's doing okay. She's doing off and on, so I can't really play a whole lot on my computer. I did finally get my first pay statement for my retired pay, I saw. So I should be getting 2 months worth on the first. So I'm wondering how that's going to work out. Because I only saw the statement, of course, was only for this month, but I didn't have like a pay date on it. It just said, this is how much money you're going to get. But you get paid at the first of the month for that month. So because they have to process pay and everything, I haven't got my pay for June yet. I'm supposed to get June and July on the 1st of July. So we'll see what happens. And then looking at my last pay stub for my active duty pay, doesn't reflect at all my I got paid, which I'm guessing is my very last paycheck, on like the 2nd of June, which I wasn't supposed to get until, again, like 1 July. So I'm a little confused by that, but being that I didn't have any debts or anything like that, they probably process faster. But because it was definitely not my retirement check. It was definitely the last of my active duty pay. But I'm actually getting a little bit more than every month than I thought I was going to get for my net pay. The gross is right about where I thought it was going to be, but I'm not getting as much. Federal taxes aren't as heavy as I thought they would be, which is good. I was waiting for her to go ahead of me, but I'll just keep running then. That was 5 miles right there. So we should, I would say, once we get to the far end of this where it connects up again, we'll easily be at 7 miles, because it was over 1.5 miles to there. I would say we probably got about half a mile to where that bridge is. You going? Okay, good. I wanted her to set the pace because she feels bad. Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you here. I don't know when you did the comment, I just finally noticed. A nice dog, thanks. Where you going? She's tired, so I want her to set the pace, but she is so tired that she's trying to convince me. So she knows. She is a smart dog. And she knows, oh, gosh dang you, dog. She ran by me and then stopped. But she knows that we're running away from the van right now instead of towards the van, because we're trying to rack up the miles and I'm just weaving around these trails back here. So I'll probably lose video here shortly if I haven't already. Oh, and my battery's almost dead on my phone. And the storm came by, yeah. Well, we were supposed to be up in the Elkhorns this morning. We were going to try and do Casey Peak, but the thunderstorms that are already moving in, I did not want to be. And it was a drive to get back in there to the trailhead. We went, come around the corner here, we might actually get a little bit of video again, but we'll see. But I got to get at least 12 miles today, and then tomorrow we're going to shoot for 16 Ridge tomorrow, because I can weave around there and get lots of extra miles. But this afternoon or later this evening, I was getting this little spotty video again, little 3 frames per second. Like I said, as soon as I get around this corner, we should get a little bit again. Even though my dog is going extra slow. But thinking about doing maybe some Powerline Trail repeats tonight. Because if I do 3 of those, that would get me about 4 feet of vert. I've only ever done as far as repeats. So I will say the best shape I was in when I was training for a half marathon, still doing road races, was when for about 3 months straight, every night I did that. Climbed up that trail and just power hiked it, never ran it. just power hiked it. But just doing that increased the strength in my legs enough. Hopefully those kids are going down a different way so we don't run into them again. I'm guessing they just came down this trail, which means if they're summiting again, which they're probably not there yet, I guarantee they're gonna have to walk up that. They're not gonna be able to run it. Payment, which is what we're gonna take back. So, oh geez, it's gonna be a little. It didn't connect that. Here's a little bridge that goes across this draw or gully or whatever you want to call it. It's actually, we came straight line distance up to here. We might get to 8. Because my plan is to go back on Easy Rider and then come back, which will give us about a half-mile extra. So we'll see. This will be interesting. This will be good to know if I need to get 7 or 8 miles. It'd be good to know what this route does. Again, I would rather have done this in at least this section in reverse. I think. Well, there's no thinking about it. I would have rather done it in reverse. Would have rather done that in reverse. Like the first, well, even the first section. Well, no, not necessarily. The first section would be okay. We could do the first and the last that way. But as far as climbing Mount Ascension, I would have rather done this trail up and then taking entertainment down versus taking entertainment up and taking this down. It'll be interesting to see what we get to. My dog's being a total weenie after I gave her an easy day yesterday. We're going back. She's like, yes, we're going back. That is true. We are going back. Good morning. This is downhill. We could go a little bit faster. Oh, you see the other doggy. Oh, you see the other doggies up there. Yeah. You see the other dog. Might be friendly. Looks like a friendly dog. Yeah. You can say hi. You can say hi. Go, hello. Go say hi.
They're about the same color.
Yeah. Go on. Good girl. Last week I missed because we were still out on our long run. We didn't get back until like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That long run, which was funny. We're talking about something at the very end. It's what I do. And so it was just like a question, like, I think people do, that's like what I do. That's my whole reference to what you brought up at the end there. That's what I do. Like, so if you have any questions about it, just let me know. And I could have just texted him. I have his number, but he replied back. He's like, "Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that's what you did." I'm like, because he got me in the top 10. Okay, she's following. Those individuals will definitely still be there. it'll be fun because one, this is a world. It's on the World Series, so it's, the live stream for that is going to be world broadcast. So it'd be fun to be part of that, but also to partake in it would be awesome too. Hello. Come on, sweet girl. Hi. This hill kicks my ass every time we run it, and I will say it does feel a little bit easier. So that means I'm getting a little bit come up. Oh well, I was hoping I was gonna have video pop back up again. I get one frame here or there because my phone is just about dead and I wanted to sign off, but I was pushing. It's weird because I'm pushing 5,000 kilobytes, which is more than enough for 30 frames per second, but it will not do more than 2 frames per second. But I'm almost dead on my phone, so I'm going to sign off. For those of you that did join me today, thank you very much. We got about half a mile left, so we might hit the 8 mile mark actually.